Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please give us a call if you guys are looking to improve your credit score, lower your car payment, buy a car, trade in a car. If you're looking to purchase your first home, if you're looking to purchase a rental property, we can help you. Give us a call today, 877-205-7771. Talk to you guys soon, and thanks again.
Hello everyone, this is Calvin Russell, CEO and founder of 850 Club Credit Consultation. Hope everyone's doing well today. Today we're going to talk about a very special topic, student loans and bankruptcy, all right? So if you haven't heard the news yet, all right, it just came out yesterday. I was going to do a video last night, but the light and all that stuff isn't the same as in the office. So, but in short, there's a young lady I won't put too much of the information out there because the news article's already given so much of everything away. I think she's in New York or New Jersey. Let me find out. She's actually in Queens, New York. All right. So she had $200,000 of student loan debt, and it actually was private student loans. Well, wait where I'm going, because I know a lot of us. Some of us have private student loans. Some of us have non-private student loans. Whether it was Sally Mae and all the rest of those other people. So, but you got to get where this is going. So, in short, she went to a bankruptcy attorney. Bankruptcy attorneys, they told her it was very difficult. Yada yada. And that's the thing. So it's not that it cannot be done. It's that it's more work for an attorney to do it. So this is with private student loans. So either way, the laws are starting to lighten up just a little bit. And of course, all of the presidential candidates are talking about removing student loans. Let's pause real quick. With the whole situation with Bernie Sanders and I forgot Elizabeth Warren, I believe her name is. So the thing about it is that the problem is that both of their plans, in my personal opinion, is probably not going to work. One plan is essentially, taxing people that make a certain amount of money, which if you do a second pause here, these are the same people that own big major companies that provide a lot of jobs. And now they should be taxed for providing a lot of jobs or making a certain amount of money. Let's be totally honest. If anybody watching this video comes up with a phenomenal idea or a movie or whatever, invention, whatever, and you end up being in that bracket, much success to you. That's how I feel. But I don't feel like people should get an additional tax because other people cannot afford to pay their student loans. Watch where I'm going. The problem is not the fact that people can't afford to pay their student loans per se. It's the fact that that's not the problem. The problem is the fact that they're allowing these schools to keep charging so much, and it goes to things that we may not need. Not every school needs a new football field. Not every school needs a new computer lab. Not every school needs, and I'm not knocking teachers or professors. I know there's a lot of people that watch the channel and you may be in that profession. But the thing about it is that there's no regulation on these schools. All we do is we push the kids to go to school, and then the schools just keep raising the costs because nobody's paying up front. It's the only thing that you can borrow in that lump sum where you're not even having to borrow. You're not even having to pay anything back right off the bat. Fast forward, let's go straight into it. So what's the issue? Attorneys don't want to do the work. All right. Now, I know some attorneys may be watching this as well, too. And don't get me wrong, there are some laws that make it extremely difficult. But she was able to get her student loans reduced from $200,000 to $100,000. All right. Now, how was she able to do that? She found an attorney that would take the actual bankruptcy. Normally, bankruptcies cost about $1,200, $1,000. That's most places, and that's how it is in Illinois or Chicago, rather. But that's what she said. It costs about the same, about $1,200. This particular attorney charged $3,000. But what's the price tag on saving me $100,000, right? So now, granted, there's a lot of caveats to this. She had a $200,000. It dropped down to $100,000 because of the bankruptcy. So obviously, she couldn't get rid of all of it. But to save half, sign me up for $3,000, right? So for the average student loan debt is $50,000 to $75,000. I'm sure many of you would take half of that, even if you don't have any intentions on paying it right away. Now, granted, you still got the whole bankruptcy situation, right? So you can still close on a house and then file bankruptcy. I mean, there's a lot of ways to get around stuff. But just the fact that the conversation is now on the table is now one of those things that a lot of people are saying, okay, what's my options? Now, I don't want to be the mean guy and say, well, there are other options outside of college, that people don't want to talk about. And then you have smaller schools that don't charge much, like trade schools or real estate school, or people can still make a hefty earning in these fields, but again, a lot of people don't want to talk about that type of stuff. They just want to send a kid to college and come back with $100,000 worth of debt, and the parent can't pay their own student loan debt, but we send our kid. That's another video that I'll probably lose some subscribers for. So, but either way, my point is that the conversation's on the table. And now some major changes have got to be coming. That's the first bankruptcy case I've seen where a person could, they put $100,000 in there. Come to find out, there were some other cases last year that just don't get publicized. And, and they actually have the actual bankruptcy document. So I'll put the link in the description, but you guys can actually see the public record for her bankruptcy that was filed. And this we're talking this month, okay, in 2020, these things are happening. So just giving you guys a heads up, there's a lot of things that's coming, on the way, and I'm excited to see. But let's be honest, just be my personal opinion. No matter who you vote for, as far as the student loan issues that are going, none of the ideas are going to work. My personal opinion, because the super rich, they're going to fight that. It's not right that they have to pay. They're already providing jobs. Come on, like we can't keep getting mad at people because they got money, right? It's their money. They work for it. So the other idea is to charge an extra tax on people that do investments and stocks and things of that sort. Yet again, you're taxing people who did nothing wrong. And then you have a lot of people who trade stocks that are not in a certain tax bracket. So it's not fair that we do regular basic things and we're paying for other people's student loans, and you're letting the schools do that. The schools are charging this much. So again, it makes people like look bad. It's like, well, it makes the wealthy people look bad because it's like, dude, that's their money, but at the same time, you're not saying anything to these schools. Not all these schools have to be open. Let's be totally honest. Not all of these schools have to be open. There's at least 20, 30 schools in Chicago alone. I mean, there's schools downtown, there's all these other small places. Dude, they need to come together, because either that or we have to start going against what they're doing. If we don't fight this, they're going to keep charging. This is what people are missing. If they come up with a plan, let's say it works, right? It's only going to help the people that have current student loans. What about your kids what about the junior or senior that's in high school that has yet to establish all of those student loans that are on the way 4 years from now, 5 years from now, 6 years from now? They're going to bail them out too? So that's not a concrete plan. That's a Band-Aid situation. We have to think long term on this. It's the schools that's charging too much. It's time to start closing some of these schools. Or they need to start, because it's either that or we have to start, another situation where they can't charge that much. I don't know what you guys' plan is. Or stop sending your kids to college, right? Because really, it's not even the college that's really the issue. I mean, that's mostly mainly the issue. It's more so them trying to get a job afterwards. Because let's be honest, would it be that big of a deal if people could afford to pay the student loan amount? I mean, the student debt, monthly payments, and pay rent, and eat, and have a family, and the car note, the list goes on. We don't have to beat a dead horse with this, but to see that this happened, this is major, and now the conversation's on the table. So I'll put the link at the for the article down below. Hope you guys like this video. If you like it, like it. You want to share it. And as always, be sure to subscribe because we have nothing but great content on the way. Thank you all so much. Have a great day.